Kana buffs. Yeah, get ready for the Kana buffs, guys. About 3/4 into the video, you'll see the Kana buffs. I'll check the analytics and see like a peak 3/4 in, and then like an immediate drop off after that, and a drop in viewer retention because people are like, "Oh, he lied to us." So yeah, I guess preface on this job balancing: it is KMS Tespia, which means it is test server. It is not in live server yet, so none of this is set in stone. It's just a general direction that they're going in with these changes. These are probably mainly going to be changes related to 5th job stuff, and I assume also mostly to the non-explorers, because the explorers are already getting a lot of other stuff that we've already gone over. So it is Tespia, it's Korea, and it is, yeah, since it is Korea, no non-KMS classes are going to be in here, so no Beastamers, no Jet, no Hayato, and no Kana, so don't expect any of that. Max it up Patreon for those who want to support him more, link at the top of his blog. Oh, he did put it? My Patreon. Oh, cool shit. Alright. I'll do that. God, but Patreon is like monthly. I don't like doing monthly. I just want to do like a one-time. But he's probably worth it. Fuck it. I'm not really subscribed to anyone on YouTube, so... Dude, my monthly expenses are going to go up. Someone extra sub to me so I can pay that money forward to Max, okay? Alright. But yes, I prefer doing that over having like... all the fucking ads in the video. You can edit it once? Cool, cool. I'll check it out after. Okay, as mentioned before, a new test world patch was released that includes balance changes that was already, yeah, it was already announced for all jobs. Also, the music is maybe a tad on the loud side. Probably not on the video, but in my ears it is. Device, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Alright, that money's gonna make its way into Orange Mushroom Block. Appreciate you, Device. Bring you to 99 total gift subs. That's a lot, dude. I appreciate you, man. Thank you, thank you. Let me talk in between the blobs. They also made further changes to the adventures. Okay, so they are including that. Including in their story quests, all certain systems have been modified or removed entirely. Ooh. Wait, 99 total? Yeah. Oh, well, now you're at 100. Can we get some 100 claps in the chat for our boy Device? Easy 100. The triple digit. Look at this madman. Paying for the dog and pony operation way beyond his percentage. Thank you very much, man. That is so very kind and generous of you. I appreciate that. Yeah, that is Scardor gasms. Thank you, thank you. Alright, so what's in here? Adventure Remaster Overview. Okay. Job skill improvements, Mastery Book system removal. Yeah, they announced that already. Boss entry limit improvements. Okay, let's see how much that is exactly. Stance stat improvements. We did see earlier that they were planning to give 100% knockback resistance to everyone all the time and changing the Mihail link skill, so let's see if they do that. Improvements, error fixes, adventure remaster event, new journey, Starlight Symphony. That's the winter update. Hang on. All right, bodily functions are in order. So in this Test World Adventure Remaster update, we made structural improvements by reviewing the valuable opinions sent to us by players. Wow, valuable. Throw those adjectives in there, baby. And did a first set of numerical adjustments. Yeah, they did say that the numbers for all the skills were not adjusted yet. That it was mainly just the sprites, right? Hitboxes, skill allocation points, all that stuff, but not the actual percentages, and maybe not even the amount of lines hit and all that. So that's going to see the big changes here, and I'm guessing we'll see those numbers as well for the new skills that were added. In terms of design, some things have been changed, but there are still other things that are being changed or are planned to be changed, as expected. Even after this update, we will continue to make changes and supplement until it is added to the official server so that we can satisfy as many adventure players as possible. If you share your opinions in a variety of ways, we will review them and improve the remaster's completeness. Thank you. Alright. Hero! Like the new pictures. Flash Slash will now activate Aura Weapon, so Weapon Aura, I guess, and Final Attack. Oh, that's weird that it didn't before. Okay, that makes sense. But still has cooldown, right? Fix a problem where the skill would not attack if you use near the Flame Wolf. Oh. Fix a problem where sometimes you would not rise on top of a platform. Okay. Scardor, you're now right-click the buff icon to cancel the skill. Fix a problem where aura weapon would be activated when using this skill. Fix a problem where basic attacks during this skill would not inflict scars. Okay, seems like a bunch of cool fixes. Aura Blade will activate aura weapon and final attack. Raging Blow, the enhanced version's attack range has been slightly decreased. Okay. Sounds... I mean, if they say slightly decreased, I'm sure it's minor, just a light tweak. I'm sure it's not like the range tweak that they gave to Adele's Cleave or something, because that was pretty major. What up, Red Barons, Blue Eye, Rin, and Lunare? Hello, hello. Fix a problem where you would hit a fixed number of enemies when activated. The skill description has been changed to be more accurate. Oh. I mean, it's still the amount of targets divided by 3, usually, right? Valhalla, this skill is going to get changed every single time, right? Every time they have the chance. The enhancement core's final damage boost per level has been changed to 2% to match other hyper skills. Okay, that makes sense. It was kind of weird. Valhalla's sword strike damage has been increased from 420 to 535. Okay, so increasing the base but lowering the final damage increase from the cores. In total percentage, that's probably still a nerf. But it was really weird that Valhalla was somehow giving more burst than... from what I understand from Instinctual Combo, which is supposed to be the big burst skill, so it was in a really weird position with what it was doing, so hopefully that brings it more in line with the other stuff. Sword of Burning Soul, the skill description has been changed to be more accurate, and World Reaver fixed a problem where the final damage boost was applied abnormally. Okay. I wonder if they'll go back into it, but I don't see anything here about changing the cooldowns at all. Because as you guys remember, there was a mention in KMS of bringing all of the cooldowns of the big 5th job skills, especially, and the hyper skills, bringing it all more uniformly into the 3-minute cooldown range, but I don't see any of that, so... We'll have to see if that's coming on a later date, or if that's something they're just working on in general, but not really implementing at this point yet. Paladin, you know... It's actually a 2-handed hammer, but he can hold it in 1 hammer because he's an absolute Chad. And he's got those dark, broody eyebrows going. Actually, I guess they're less dark than the heroes one, whatever. The visibility of skill icons has been increased. Yeah, I'm still not a fan of everything having like 2 tones of yellow and that's it. Man, looking at boost nodes when all the skills look like looking for boost nodes on an Ice Lightning Mage is such a hassle because everything is like the same shade of blue. And you're like, oh god, what is this one? You just have to make sure that you have the right ones and then level them up. Because if you're looking at the icon, there's no way of fucking figuring out which one is which. I guess it changes in the right direction. This is a little bit more orangey. This is a little bit more lemon yellow, I guess. Yeah, whatever. We'll have to make do, right? Holy Force has been ranked to the Holy Charge. Sure. Divine Charge. The Divine Stigma. Nice. Enhanced Divine Charge attack range has been increased. Improves an issue where certain weapons effects were not displayed. Skill description has been changed. Divine Stigma attack range has been increased. The Brand Explosions attack range has been increased. And improved an issue where certain weapons effects were not displayed. Blast attack range has been... Okay. This seemed small in the video, so that seems interesting. The maximum number of monsters hit has been increased from 1 to 3. Improved an issue where certain weapons effects were not displayed. Now, in most situations, this does not make a huge difference. But in some it does. Just imagine that you have a main... Imagine being a Night Lord and like, oh yeah, quintuple throw hits 3 targets instead of 1 now. Like, that suddenly gives the same skill a whole bunch of extra utility. We'll see if they keep it exactly like that, but... That seems nice. Okay. Did they change the effect again? Sanctuary. The cast effect has been changed again. Okay. I like the. It's almost like a beef mallet, you know, like you're tenderizing the steak. It's got those spikes at the end. It's like smash, and it goes up there pretty high. I like that. Paladin Expert skill description has been changed to be more accurate. Advanced Holy Force also renamed Holy Charge. Tenderize my meat? Hell yeah. Tenderizing the heretics. Yeah, true. Make sure that when they get to Hell's Gates, they're all nice and tender. What up, Kyle? Holy Unity skill has been improved so that the bond will prioritize the party member you most recently bonded to when used. Probably meaning that that'll be number 1. right? Because if you press Holy Unity, it gives you, I think, 1 through 5 that you have to type on your keyboard to connect with. So I guess 1 is always going to be the person you bonded with before, because you would want to typically rebond with the same person. That makes sense. Grand Cross skill has been changed that the number of hits based on the size of the cross is now consistent. Oh. Okay, I don't think you can read this as that they like equalize it, but I don't think that's what they mean. I think they just mean that in each of the phases, if you keep it like the full duration, it should always do the same amount of hits, so that there should be no like lingering or server lag shouldn't accidentally make the skill last way longer and do way more hits. It'll just do X hits, move to the next form, X hits, end kind of thing. Holy Unity domain RF4 to a Night Lord bursting. Well, yeah, that's also part of why the BA of a Paladin usually looks very, very low, and it is rather low. It's because you don't have someone there hitting and doing Holy Unity, because that is not only 50% final, because this gives 50% final damage, I believe, to yourself, or 40% or something. It also gives it to the other person, and then part of their damage, I don't remember exactly how much, it's 30% of their damage is added to your damage. So, if you are linking, to an ROR4 domained Night Lord doing burst, your burst is probably the second highest in the party as a result. But you cannot see that in a BA, right? That's why for BA as a Paladin, you have to put like big asterisks around it. Same way, kind of similarly as well, if you're a Kana, your Kana BA is going to be relatively low because you gain 5% final damage per party member that's being buffed by Haku. So if you have a 6-man party versus being alone in a party for your BA, you lose 25% final damage just because Haku isn't buffing your teammates. So if you want to have like an accurate BA, quote unquote, to not compare apples and oranges, you would have to get a party of 5 people just standing there in the same map and just chilling and getting buffed by Haku while you're doing your BA, if you want to get the accurate number, you know? This is why NL Pala is meta in KMS. Oh, 100%, yeah. Because I think Night Lord isn't by itself super overpowered in KMS. Like, it's doing well, but it's not like super overpowered. The main thing is, of course, the 2 extra ranks of attack speed plus the extra damage that we have in GMS makes Night Lord super strong comparatively in GMS. But yeah, because there's not as much support to compare Paladin with, I mean, we can still throw up Kanas who can add that final damage to the Night Lord and add the final damage to everyone else and do all of the supportive tasks that another support can and add more damage than probably any other support in GMS. So that's why that's our primary pick for support still. And that's why the Paladins comparatively lose some ground. And that's how the meta, you know, even as carefully designed and as carefully balanced as they intended to be for KMS, can end up with completely different rollouts and completely different meta in a server like GMS if you don't consistently have the same rules of the server, basically. Sorry, I've got a little bit of slime stuck. Okay, Dark Knight. Cool new picture. I like the Charlie Puth eyebrow. Beholder is now a toggle. The skill is now affected by buff freezers, and you can right-click on the buff icon to cancel the skill. Oh, that's nice. The shock has been... description. Beholder buff. The skill has been improved so that if you receive the buff from another Beholder, it will not overwrite yours if it's a lower skill level. So, imagine having 2 Dark Knights in the same party. That is wild. La Mancha Spear. The lower attack range has been slightly... The lower attack range has been slightly increased. The lower... it hits lower physically. Okay, gotcha. Dark Impale, lower attack range has also been slightly increased. Okay. Dark Resonance, the final damage boost has been increased from... Okay, that's what I thought. I thought this was a little bit on the low end. But it's better that they start on the low end and then slowly increase it, rather than doing it high and then decreasing it, because people will just feel worse about it. Do I still have the link in here? Yeah, I still have the link in here. The Spirit Domain's final damage partially cancel out the minus final damage from Liberation Quest. Yes, exactly. That's why it's that's why that minus final damage debuff is there for Liberation. Well, it's there for KMS, but for GMS, of course, the domain is there to definitely cancels out part of that. Yeah. You can now use Dark Resonance while using Beholder Impact. The skill description has been changed to be more accurate. can now be registered as a pet auto buff skill. Okay, so that, okay. So for the people who didn't follow the last one, basically they added final damage to this skill because they changed how reincarnation works and how much final damage you get from that. Because the final damage on the reincarnation stuff was very high, because there was a high cost and a high cooldown. Now the cost, they lower the cost and they lower the cooldown, and also lower the duration, and then decrease the final damage during it as a result, because you're not as reliant anymore on doing all of the damage during that. I still wonder if that's going to put Dark Knight overall in a better or a worse spot. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But Gunnar's Descent can be spammed all the time now. Skill name has been changed from... Jesus. Wait, that's Gung. Gungo Nil. Die Sente to Gung. Fuck, what? Gungiru? The more accurate Korean transliteration. Oh. No. Oh, Gungnir, yeah. Wait, they had Gung... Oh. Right. They had Gungunir instead of Gungnir. Yeah, okay. So now it's a more accurate Korean transliteration. Good job. Korean transliteration trying to be accurate. Interesting. Usually transliteration is... Like, it's possible, but oof, it's not self-evident. All hyperpassive skill names have been changed accordingly. Dark Synthesis will now activate Final Attack. I guess that's a little bit extra, but not a huge change. Pierce Cyclone, the key down attack's damage has been increased from 800% to 960. Okay, that's an extra 20% damage. And the Final Attack's damage has been increased. Don't see an actual change in the skill. Okay, so maybe that has to be added later. But this is 20% final damage increase, right? From 800 to 160, 1/5, 160 extra. So that's, they're trying to make it a little bit more bursty. Quick question, building my legion. Several characters, should I create a 0 with burning or other class? 0 cannot be burned. So you'll have to burn something else. You can check exclamation mark links to see the general order of in which skills, in which I would say that characters are useful to build your legion. So you can use that. Hold on. I accidentally pressed the button. But you cannot burn Lara, and you cannot burn 0. So you have to burn something else there. All magicians, energy bolt, the skill is no longer blocked by terrain. Thank God. The firing distance has been decreased. The damage has been decreased from 309 to 78%. The number of hits has been increased from 1 to 4. Not sure why, just to make it look more special, I guess. Mana Wave fixed a problem where open jump advancing. That was the up jump, right? With the glide and everything. Open jump advancing would create another Mana Wave skill. Fix a problem where Mana Wave's floating effect would appear when using mounts that can glide. Oh. Magic Guard more accurate. Teleport Mastery will passively gives 40% stance, and Master Magic skill now passively gives 60% stance. Oh. So all magicians, well, not all magicians, all explorer mages, right? Now just all get 100% stance by 3rd job? Or is this 4th job? Master Magic. MapleStory Master Magic. Is that spell mastery? No, that's not what it is. Can I... That's not what I want. Can you just give me... Rah. Fine, whatever. See if we didn't give an EXP Link skill buff before? No, Legion buff. Not the Link skill. Link skill is just IED. Not as important. I just rolled a 40% boss fam with party healing 2nd line. Jesus, that's better than anything I have. Good job, dude. I mean, grats. It's not like you had anything to do with that, but you rolled enough to get it, so congrats. Oh, I pressed the wrong button again. I'm a pro streamer, I swear. Okay, and then memory choice. Fix an issue to enhanced effect and skill level of slots other than unstable memorize would be displayed. I still hope that they change the description of that skill to be a little bit more succinct and a little bit more accurate. But that's for all general for the mages. Then we have the fire poison. With that, oh my god, do you get a red book? Okay, sorry. Elemental drain description has been changed. Elemental adapting description has been changed. Poison region areas creation interval has been changed. The poison areas creation range has been increased. Overload mana will now apply to the poison area explosions. Skill description has been changed to be more accurate. Okay. Wait, the creation range has been increased? Oh god, okay. If anything, I thought it was going to be decreased, but... She was looting the hat, she's... okay, chill. Elemental reset, the skill description has been changed to be more accurate. Misdirruption, okay. Paralyzed, this skill has been renamed to Flame Sweep. Okay, I have to say, this skill did not look like paralyzing at all. So it made sense to me for them to rename that, yeah. I don't know if you guys remember what the skill looks like, but you're just like... You're just throwing flames at something. Like, it doesn't seem like something that's supposed to paralyze you. Renamed to Flame Sweep. The skill description has been changed to be more accurate. All hyper passive skill have been renamed. Yeah. Paralyzed died long ago. Yeah. There is now a cooldown. What? On Paralyze? That's your main attack. I mean, I guess you're supposed to be weaving in the other stuff more, right? On the poison region? I mean, this skill looked like it had the potential to kind of like break things, so... I'm sure they're tweaking that a lot, just like they're tweaking the new Cry of Valhalla for Hero a lot. I think it's got the potential to be really good or the potential to fuck your shit, so... Archmage, Ice, Lightning. Dude, these body proportions are just... Look at the size of the hand. Like, a single hand can wrap around their waist. Thunderbolt, or also known as a Lightning Bolt. Skill description has changed to be... I like that the description of the skill called Thunderbolt has been made to be more accurate. How about you call it a Lightning Bolt for starters? You don't really have bolts of sound. Glacial Wall. Overlap mana will now apply to the skill. Elemental Reset. Yeah, so they're just changing a lot of the skill descriptions to be more accurate. Thunder Sphere. Fix the problem where the skill could not be registered on the skill alarm feature. I think the Thunder Sphere change is going to be really interesting, where you can just install it as a summon. Chain Lightning. The attack range has been increased. Again? Or is the attack range finally being implemented? Skill has been changed to be more accurate. I mean, at this point, Chain Lightning is just going to hit things in different maps if they keep increasing it. They fixed it, finally, in the third change. Freezing Breath, the skill tree has been changed to be more accurate. Alkina's effect has been changed. Ooh. Hulk Smash. Alright, he's got some spiky shoulders going on. Should you be able to equip your Alkinus with equips in the same way that the Mech and the Evan can equip their duders? Still worse than Reflection Kappa. Blizzard effect has been changed. Ooh, wait. I'm not sure about this. The sparkle thing here when it's made. I don't know what that... that looks a little bit weird. Ice skill description have been changed to be more accurate. Fix a problem where the freeze speed for enemies in the vortex and outside of the vortex was the same. The duration and cooldown will now be displayed in buff icon. Fixed a problem where if Phantom stole the skill and used the vortex, it would not be created. Oh, Phantom can take the ice aura? Oh, interesting. It's less purple? Yeah, yay, more blue. I like the fact that it was purple so that it didn't look like everything else. But now they just made it like a navy blue and whatever. Lightning Sphere, skill description changed to be more accurate. Okay, a lot of skill descriptions just being made more accurate, I see. Okay, some changes here. Finally, some changes. Angelic Touch. The damage has been decreased from 410 to 350. Number of hits has been decreased from 6 to 5. The defense reduction duration has been increased from 30 seconds to 60 seconds. Okay, cool. Longer debuff. That's always nice. You don't have to keep spamming it. Fix a problem where the effect was awkward for creation. After skill description has been changed to be more... Okay, still no Mystic Door to allow people to move in the boss fight. Soon, chat. They're gonna do it. Trust. Prage. Prage like a good bishop would. Fountain for Angels. Okay, a lot of changes here. The damage has been increased from 120 to 160. The duration has been increased from 40 to 60 seconds. The cooldown has been increased from 20 seconds to 30. Sure. Fixed an issue where the damage was not affected by magic attack. That seems like a problem, since that's the main source of damage as a mage. The hit effect has been changed. The enhancement course skill description has been changed to be more accurate. The Mystic Door actually useful copium, yeah. Triumph Feather duration has been increased from 60 seconds to 120. The cooldown has been increased from 30 to 60. The damage has been increased from decreased from 220 to 200. Number of hits has been increased from 3 to 4, so that's still like a net increase in damage output as well. Number of Angel Wing Feathers created has been decreased from 5 to 4. Okay, that's to compensate for that damage. The Angel Wings Feathers enemy tracking has been increased. The skill can now be registered on the pet auto buff. The skill is no longer affected by cooldown skips. Okay. Skill description has been changed to be more accurate. Alright. And then Angel Wing skill prioritize the monster with the highest HP. This is not something I want to read in a main attacking skill that's been there for 7 years on a character. That your main attacking skill that in some situations only hits one target will now target the enemy with the highest HP. Like, this is... How was this not already a thing? Jesus. That is just so weird. Spoiler. The debuff duration has been increased from 15 to 20. Fix a problem where there was a delay if this skill was used after teleporting. The enhancement core is level 20 bows effect. Sorry, Orange Mushroom, gotta do like that, Max. Has been changed to increase the critical rate. Skills, okay. Don't do this. Okay. Built-in critical rate on a skill, on any skill, on any class other than archers. Fuck, Bishop already has like 300% critical rate by itself, no? Why would you do that? Just make it do more damage. Give it ID, or give it something that scales. Don't give it something that gets outscaled in like a month and then it's useless. But it's there forever, you know? I'm not a fan of extra critical rate on like individual skills in the boost nodes. It's just not long-term viable. Surprise Bishop now has Vicious Shot. Easy fix. Oh yeah, maybe we'll see the... Sorry, we'll see the Unholy Shot or something. The skill is no longer blocked by walls. Okay, that's actually pretty cool because these rays get stuck on things. Big Bang, the attack range has been increased. The effect has been changed. Okay. And then, ooh, new Genesis effect. Bam. Shimming. There's something blue in the background as well, like a blue horizon. Zero Dawn crack. There's like a little bit of writing before the wings fan out. I like it. Holy Water skill is now affected by decent combat orders effect. It is no longer affected by party members' effect transparency settings. Okay, Holy Blood, please be something good. The skill is now affected by decent combat orders effects. Fix a problem where if you were hit by a percentage HP attack while casting this skill, the damage would be higher. Fix a problem where the debuff effect did not affect your own skill recovery. This skill. Shit, no buff to this skill. Yeah, I'm still looking for a tweak to Holy Blood. I don't think it's in a good position right now. Hopefully they still change that. Another color? Yeah, it's yeah, true. Yeah, it's slightly more orange, and there's a little bit of blue. Praise be under his eye. Yeah, I've been watching a new show. The people who watch it know what I'm talking about. Vengeance of Angels. The cooldown has been decreased from 1 second to 0.5 seconds. Hell yeah, let us switch faster. Fixed an issue where the defense reduction debuff could be applied repeatedly. Vengeance of Angels can now be chosen through memory choice. Okay. Heaven's Door core description has been changed to be more accurate. Angels of Libra fix a problem where the Angels of Revenge's number of hits was different from the skill description. The Angel of Revenge's attack range has been increased. Fix a problem where the Angel of Revenge sometimes hit enemies in an awkward direction. The Angel of Compassion's buff duration has been increased from 3 seconds to 4. And skill description has been changed to be more accurate. Find punishments fix a problem where if Triumph Feather activated while holding the key down, the attack would be cancelled. Okay, that sounds bad. Number of hits has been increased from 5 to 10. Oh, so they just double the damage on Divine Punishment. That kind of shows you that a skill might not be properly balanced. If you feel fine just doubling the damage from a skill. Let's just give them 100% final damage increase on their first. Yeah, this is fine. It's probably not even gonna effectively really change their position in anything. But... Oh, is that Cell dunking? Ballin'? Yeah. That's like Cell in a dunk contest. Yeah, so just 100% final damage increase on Divine Punishment. Wouldn't it be cool to make Divine Punishment to activate auto? No, next one is too horny for like key down burst skills. They just they just need those. All right, this seems like good shit. I'm still not sure about the Holy Blood for bishops, but this seems like a whole bunch of improvements and increasing numbers. And we all know good number, big number good, small number bad. Except when it's cooldowns, then it's big number bad, small number good, right? My thoughts on Priest, the movie? I kind of liked it. I think he's got a badass bike. And that train was a pretty cool touch. Arrow Blow for archers. The skill description has been changed to be more accurate. The enhancement core's level 20 effect has been changed to increase regular monster damage. Okay, but nobody's enhancing Arrow Blow. What? Dodge, this skill now passively gives 40% stance, and Illusion Step, this skill now passively gives 60% stance. Okay, so it seems like they're moving away from the thought of giving everyone 100% stance just by default, but they're adding it to skills to still, I guess, allow for situations where some classes don't have 100%. I would assume, because otherwise this is all unnecessary. You could just give everyone 100% stance by default. But it seems like just like the mages, they're just going to give all the archers 100% stance by fourth job as well. So like 40% by second job, and then 100% by fourth job. They don't want to rework all the other ones that give stance. Well, they wouldn't have to rework them, right? They would just add passively 100% stance to everyone, and then those skills just, that effect wouldn't do anything. Bowmaster. Ain't she looking kind of cute with the purple hair or whatever, the green eyes. I like the design of the bow. It's like very it's like kind of minimalistic, but like very cool looking, very like Lord of the Rings-esque, like the elven golden arches and shit. I like it. Arrow bladder skills have been changed so that the arrows are fired at the lowest angle by default. Fixed. Isn't that always the case? Fixed an issue where sometimes they would be fired at an awkward angle. Okay. Fixed an issue where the arrow fire angles were higher than before. Fixed an issue in the battle analysis where the icon displayed was a pre-remaster icon. Sure. Flash Mirage. Okay, this is that newish skill. The skill description has been changed to be more accurate. The number of attacks required to activate Flash Mirage has been decreased from 15 to 12. Well, so it's going to activate even more now. Number of attacks applied by Arrow Platter, Hurricane, Silhouette Mirage after image has been changed from 10 to 7. Okay, okay. The number of attacks required to activate the skill will now be displayed in the buff icon. You can now right-click on the buff icon to cancel it. Okay. No bowstring? Oh, you're actually right. There's no bowstring. I bet the bowstring is like embedded in the... I noticed that a lot of times they kind of like leave that out for aesthetics, right? In like anime shit. It's like when people are wearing glasses, they just completely leave out like the thing that goes behind your ear and that keeps your glasses out. They just completely cut it off just because they want to show the eyes, right? Or they'll like they'll draw the eyes through the hair as if the hair isn't there and be like, okay. They kind of take some artistic liberties there. It's a monostring for soul arrow. Well, why is she holding a real arrow then? Checkmate, atheist. Description fix. Fix an issue where the Phoenix movements were awkward while using retreat shot. Okay. Fix an issue where the monster hit effect applied an awkward time. Fix an issue where the arrow firing interval was not consistent for Hurricane. That's a problem, since this is supposed to be the skill that is the grandmother of all skills that have fixed interval attacks. Fix an issue where if you moved while casting, the arrows would appear to fly to a location where they didn't actually hit. Okay. That's just awkward. Fixing this could be registered in a shortcut key. Fixing an issue with a phantom, where a phantom could steal this skill. Oh, so they can't. Rip. The number of attacks required to activate Flash Mirage has been decreased from 10 to 7. On this one. Oh. Wait. Okay, so usually it was 15, and then with this one I go to 10, but it starts at 12 and then it goes to 7. Okay, so a lot more Flash Mirages in there. Skill tree has to be more accurate. Fixation with skill icon was different. Sure. I think endgame you actually take the critical rate sharp eyes, right? For your vicious shot, 2.5% critical damage. I wonder if the scaling for that is still going to be good after that. We'll see. Real arrow because you still need real arrows in inventory. Oh yeah, true. The skill description has been changed to be more accurate. Wait, actually no, you don't need real arrows in the thing. Because soul arrow like 100% replaces. You need bullets and you need throwing stars, but you don't need arrows. In fact, your range actually looks as if you are equipping the arrows in your inventory if they have attack, and actually artificially boost your range because that damage does not apply when you're hitting, because the soul arrow will hit and not the regular arrow. Fun fact. You're increasing your range artificially if you do that. Wind of Fray. Skill description has been changed, and Quiver Full Burst. The flame arrows enemy tracking range has been increased. Okay, if an enemy disappears with a flame arrow is flying towards him instead of instantly exploding, it will now track another enemy from its current location. Fix an issue where flame arrows created by other characters remained for a long time. Fix an issue where sometimes the flame arrows did not disappear. Okay. Silhouette Mirage. The skill description has been changed to be more accurate. Okay, a lot of accuracy. A lot of copy paste on that one. Marksman with a Snaggletooth. And let's see what we have as the man of the marks. Also no string here. I think like this should be string like going from here to here to here, right? Retreat shot. Fix an issue where using charged shot while using this skill would not show the charge effect normally. Fix the problem of freezer's action. Okay, so both of them had the same thing. Description, a typo fixed, always very important. Skill description has been changed. The attack range will no longer change when using split arrow on piercing 1 and 2. Okay. Yeah, because I think they... Oh. I thought piercing 2 increased the range. I didn't know that split was supposed to change it as well. I guess not. Enhance arrow. The enhancement core's final damage boost per level has been changed to 1%. RIP! Why 1%? It's like the only skill in the game? Why not just keep it 2% like all the other skills, but just change the base percentage? Why make like a percentage exception for one skill? Why not just change the base numbers so that you can keep it in line with all the other skills? Durr. House of Course level 20 effect has been changed to 10% increased damage on regular monsters. That's what we hate to see. Now, Piercing 2, the damage has been increased from 335 to 427. The additional attack at the end of its range's damage has been increased. Don't see an actual change in the skill. Yeah, you just have to kind of look at the numbers, go brr, basically. Sniping has been improved so that it can hit enemies when they are very close. Okay, cool. There's actually been a problem for a while with Marksman, where you had bullets, or no, sorry, not bullets, arrows that would fire, but they would always fire... They would start a little bit away from you, so if monsters were really close, the projectiles would just start past them. It'd be like when they were physically like in the visual representation of the arrow, but they would just not get hit. So I guess that kind of like snuck up on them here as well. They moved the hitbox so Snipe has less range now? I see. I mean, Snipe is probably still one of the spammable attacks in the game with the highest range though, right? I assume that it's not a huge problem for positioning. I mean, and I can't imagine that it's a huge difference, but yeah, maybe. Enhanced sniping, the additional hits damage has been increased from 105 to 250, and the number of hits has been increased from 3 to 5. Oh, that's a huge difference. From 350% to 1,250%. Okay, just a casual 4x. Some damage on that. The It didn't tell in the patch notes the third job passive changed from 15% damage to 15% attack. Oh, the third job passive. That is the passive, not the toggle, right? Oh, that's interesting. Advanced enhanced arrow. The skill description has been changed to be more accurate. This one, yeah. Fixed an issue where the sniping type skills did not receive the effects normally from sniping boss killer. Oh, okay, good change. Ivan getting buffs. Pog Ivan. All thieves. Lucky 7. When you use the skill without throwing stars, you will now perform a basic attack. The skill description has been changed to be more accurate. Oh. So you do lucky zeros. You just fucking punch him with your claw. Flash jump, new effect. Alright. Dark Step fixation with a cooldown for avoiding percentage HP attacks while in Dark Side did not apply when the skill's duration ended. Ooh. Shadow Partner final damage ratio has been increased for levels below the max level. Okay, okay. So not increased in general, but like not as bad on low levels. Unlucky 7, yeah. Dark Flare, the cooldown has been changed to be 60 seconds at all levels. The duration has been increased for levels below the max level. And Fake, the skill now passively gives 60% stance. We improved Night Lord and Shadow's third job growth experience by adjusting the excessively low effectiveness of Shadow Partner and Dual Blade at low skill levels. In addition to improved stance, we have added stance to Fake and allowed each job to reach 100% through their unique skills. Okay. Night Lord. Look at him, looking all shadowy. Oh yeah, he's actually holding the the charm in his other hand, because it's a secondary weapon. True. They're actually incorporating the secondary weapons into the character models. That's crazy. Shuriken Burst, when you use the skill without throwing stars, you will now perform basic attack. Shadow Leap, fix special course, and the Demi-Urge of Destruction skills would activate. Okay. Shadow Rush, will sometimes fall out of the map if you use the skill while on a slope. Oh, interesting. I guess they had that problem with a lot of the new dashy skills that they added. Is using a Meba? Maybe. I thought Meba was still metal, not just like a thing wrap around his arm. I thought the claw was supposed to actually be like all the way up to the tip of your fingers, so that you can hold the star without cutting yourself. It seems here he's not using a claw at all. Right? Suck Meba. Jesus. Good one. Mark of Assassin, Mark of Night Lord, fixing issue where cash throwing stars would not be applied to the stars created when attacking enemies with the Assassin's Mark. Is your Chad Shinobi? He doesn't need a claw. True. No, actually, the real thing is that he has a transparent universal weapon, so you can't see it. That's the real answer. The skill description has been changed to be more accurate. Adrenaline skill now passively gives 40% stance. Well, there's the other 40%. Showdown attack range has been decreased. Ooh. The throwing stars of darkness effect has been changed, not be as huge anymore. Description: when Phantom steals a skill has been improved. Quadruple throw accuracy on the description. Purge area fixed an issue where if you installed it and then returned to the map, the effect would be awkward. Okay, sudden raid, 4 seasons. Description changes. Shuriken, when you use the skill without throwing stars, you will now perform a basic attack. The skill description has been changed to be more accurate. Dark Lord's Secret Scroll fixings where the stars created did not apply your stars with the highest attack after learning Spirit Stars. Oh. Fix an issue where only 10% of the damage would be applied if it exploded when the duration ended. Only 10%? That seems like an oversight. Okay. Throw blasting skill description has been changed to be more accurate. Okay. Okay. So Showdown Challenge is not the actual just Showdown, right? It's like the third job version of Showdown, I believe, that they added in the rework. Where my Night Lord's at? Confirm. Shadower looking like an actual Shadower though. Pretty chatty, must say. Shadower's like, I know only dual bladers get to have 2 blades. I'll just put 2 blades on my 1 blade. Karma gives the other 40% stance. Pickpocket description has been changed to be more accurate. Advanced dark side. The final damage boost has been increased from 5 to 15%. Skill description has been changed to be more accurate. Ooh. Extra 10% final damage in dark side? What else is going to be tweaked to cover for that? Into darkness fixation, where sometimes you would move in front of a monster instead of behind them when used. Well, that sounds bad. Greed. The attack boost has been increased from 5 to 25. I mean, putting a 5 attack on anything is just sad. Bloody Pocket, Bloody Explosion skill has been removed. The Bloody Explosion skill has been removed. Oh, rip. You can now use the Enhanced Meso Explosion during Bloody Pocket. The Enhanced Meso Explosion will track the enemy with the highest maximum HP and deals increased damage when attacking boss monsters. When you cast Enhanced Meso Explosion, you will instantly acquire the Murderous Intent buff. Okay, just to not overcomplicate and put too many skills in there, they just make it work differently if you're blowing up the other type of Mesos. Seems fair. This is a new animation, right? The first attack's cast effect has been changed. I see. In exchange for slightly increasing the action delay. Ooh, that's not what anyone wants to see. Increasing action delay. You can now cancel the finishing blow with Enhanced Meso Explosion. The damage boost effect during dark side. The damage boost effect during dark side has been removed. Okay, but that's why they added the 10% extra final damage base on dark side. The finishing blow's final damage boost with the Murderous Intent buff has been decreased from 100% to 50%. Yeah, so I don't know enough about Shatterer if this change in utility and that change in final damage is good enough to compensate for this change, but maybe we'll check the other stuff. The nerf was reverted. Which one? This one? The 100 to 50? Skill range has been moved upwards. The 51? Oh, already? Okay. Yeah, then I think this seems like purely more utility. This change, but then getting 10% more final damage on dark side either way, that seems more reasonable. It seems more guaranteed in that way. Plus final damage applies to all the other stuff as well. Not that you're using that many other things when you're bossing, but you know, your big fifth job skills and everything. Smokescreen skill range has been moved upwards and the area has been increased. Okay. Oh, smokescreen, that's a new skill, right? That's an inside joke for you guys. Shadow Instinct, the attack boost has been decreased from 70 to 50. This skill now increases final damage by 15%. Oh. Oh. So basically 25% final damage when in dark side? No, actually more than that. 26.5%. Interesting. Yeah, lose 20 attack, gain 26.5%. Seems like a good. I'll take that trade. I'll take 3 of those. Actually, that's a little greedy. I'll just take 2. You know. Veil of Shadows effect has been changed to match the attack cycle. Oh, that's nice. There's at least one person on the spectrum in there who felt like that needed to be synchronized. I applaud you, person in the dev team. Skill description has been changed to be more accurate. The maximum number of monsters hit has been increased to 12 for Shadow Assault. I guess to give it a little bit of mobbing utility at this point, it's basically just a repositioning and kind of a burst tool on bosses. I haven't really used that much at all when it came to mobbing. Eviscerate. Okay, let's see what they did with this. Invisibility duration. Reduce on an enemy with a maximum number of wound stacks has been slightly decreased from 2 seconds. From 2 seconds to 1. Oh, he just doubled up. Okay, to 1.8 seconds. Okay. Remember that it did come from 1 second though. So we went from 1 to 2 and then from 2 to 1.8. So it's still overall like almost 100% increase, an 80% increase, if you will, compared to what it was originally. The cooldown has been increased from 14 seconds to 20 seconds. The damage has been increased from 950 to 1350, and number of strikes has been increased from 4 to 5. So I mean, I'm not going to do the maths 100%, but I'm pretty sure these percentages are just to accommodate for this. So we're going from 1 second every 14 seconds of invincibility to 1.8 every 20 seconds. What is 80% of 14? That's 11.2. Okay, so it's like uptime of iframes is still a net increase, but I guess they wanted to give more value to individual uses and not to just like having to spam it whenever it was possible. Thank you for raid, Rufa. Oh my god, you're on stream now, dude. You're gonna be eternalized in this YouTube video. Anything you want to say to the fans? Yeah, I guess they're kind of trying to rebrand what this skill does and how you use it. I think, you know, taking into account the fucking final damage increases as well, I don't think this is necessarily like a bad thing. Sonic Blow, you can now cancel this skill with Shadow Assault. The cooldown will be decreased by the same amount as when it is cancelled with Eviscerate. Okay, more possibilities to cancel. Okay. I guess they had to add this because if you were able to cancel it with Eviscerate, but Eviscerate now has a higher cooldown, it makes sense to give you more tools to cancel it with. And then Demon Slashing Shadow Formation fixed an issue where the effects would disappear if you used Assassinate or Eviscerate linked to Sonic Blow while using this skill. I mean, this is like a huge... this feels like a huge buff for Shadowers. Like, those final damage changes will... I mean, even though this skill itself is not getting buffed, this skill is going to do quite a bit more damage now. You're basically looking at a 25% final damage increase during Darkside. So something like Demon Slash Formation will love this. January 18th test server, we changed Bloody Pocket, Bloody Explosion, and made additional improvements related to the Assassin's Delay cancelling. Also, Assassin's Damage and Final Damage boost have been changed to apply to other skills, including 5th job skills. Yep. First of all, the Bloody Explosion skill has been removed. While Bloody Pocket is active, you can use Enhanced Meso Explosion. In the previous Bloody Explosion, you would only receive the Murderous Intent buff when it hit an enemy, and we confirmed that this was an additional burden when compared to Meso Explosion before the remaster. As a result, we have changes so that you can use Enhanced Meso Explosion during Bloody Pocket instead of Bloody Explosion, and the Enhanced Meso Explosion prioritizes the enemy with eyes maximum, as well as gives the Murderous Intent buff as soon as you cast it. Okay. The action delay for Assassin has been changed to what it was before the January 12th test world update, but instead the finishing blow can now be cancelled with Enhanced Meso Explosion. As a result, the first attack's delay has been decreased when compared to before the remaster, and the action delay and cancellation timing and the finishing blow will remain the same. For numerical changes, the damage and final damage boosts from Assassinate have been improved to apply more universally. Assassin's damage boost while in Darkside has been removed, and instead Advanced Darkside's final damage boost has been increased. And Murderous Intent buffs final damage boost to Assassin's finishing blow has been decreased, but instead Shadow Instinct now increases final damage. So it seems that they didn't really decrease. They already rolled this one back, on top of keeping all of the other final damage intact, some people were saying. Yeah, again, like, if this means that all of the 3 branches within an Explorer track are just going to be, you know, roughly equal, but just be completely different play styles, that's what I want to get to. I don't want to feel like everyone thinks that one of the 3 of the branches just shit, and that the only other 2 are the ones that are the only ones that are viable, right? So hopefully that's what we get towards. Could update Jet on the tier list. I heard Jet is pretty good now. We're updating everything on a tier list, yeah. The gray parts are the ones that we did. The non-gray parts is the things we still need to update. Shadow's my second main. How should I feel about this? You should wait until January 27th before you have any feelings on anything. You should just keep a close eye, just keep it in mind, and just follow the next updates. We are still more than a week away until it goes into live servers. Once it goes into live servers, we can start giving actual real big consequences to stuff. Self-haste. Oh my god. A boost to self-haste. Never thought I'd see the day. Speed has increased from 20 to 40. Jump has been increased from 13 to 23. And maximum speed has increased from 10 to 20. Damn. Karma gives the stance. The distance moved has been decreased for Blade Ascension. Thorns gives the other 60% stance. And Phantom Blow, the hit effect, has been changed. I guess the one that was already shown? I think they should change the icon as well, by the way. This is still like the scuffed old icon. So not much has changed to Dual Blade. You're getting more haste, and you got your 100% stance, and that's about it. DB got nerfed in this adjustment. Okay, so let's say that the current Dual Blade is 100%. If the initial changes brings a character to 110, and then you get a little bit tweaks and it goes back down to 108, you're still looking at a buff, right? I really want to hammer on this subject that this is not a nerf. Right? This is a change to the upcoming changes. This is not a nerf. This is part of a tweaked version of the buffs, right? So it's not a nerf because the things that would turn this into a nerf haven't gone into effect yet on the live server. So this isn't a nerf. Nothing is getting changed. 100% stance means an extra damage link. That is also true. You get to throw in an extra link skill there that increases your damage. At least you get more hyper points. Oh yeah, if you use the hyper stats and or the Legion grid, you get to take more damage from that. Yeah. Okay. All pirates. Somersault Cave fixed an issue where the path directions would be displayed awkwardly while using the skill, and the skill icon's visibility has been improved for lucky dice. I agree that that one was a little bit weird. Viper. Okay. Can we just say that this is some pretty cool art? I mean, it's very anime. You know, maybe a little bit too anime, but I'm getting some season 1 One Piece vibes from this shit. I like the almost like water spine that the dragon has in the middle. it's kind of interesting. Very cool. Also, hi, what up, Benka? Sounds like a nerf with extra steps. No, it's a buff with extra step. Buck is too strong, need decreased damage. One piece good to be honest. Yeah. Screw punch. So they changed a lot for this class, right? So it's very likely that they're readjusting a bunch of stuff as they're playtesting, because for most, I'm not going to say for all intents and purposes, but for most intents and purposes, the Buccaneer was essentially a new class. So because of the amount of changes, there's unavoidably going to be some pretty big tweaks, both up and down for certain skills. Hi, I'm a Korean Maple user. 안녕하세요. Mihail's link skill has been replaced with status. Yeah, we're gonna get to that in a little bit. Fix an issue where the effect was awkward when used with Shockwave. Fix an issue where you could use this skill while using Fist and Rage linked Rush. Announcement course final damage per level has been changed to 3% per level on turning kick. Was it 5 before, or was it 2 before turning kick? Wasn't that third job? I would think it was already 3. Critical Rage. This description has been changed to be more accurate. The enhanced cores level 20 bonus effect. Restart music, please. Bonus effect has been changed to increase critical rate. I'm not a fan. Skill description has been changed to be more accurate. Buff freezers will now apply to offensive form. I thought Mihail Link was sexes increased. Yeah, we've been lied to. The skill description has been changed to be more accurate. Hook Bomber, the number of hits has been decreased from 6 to 4. Attack range has been decreased. Ooh, that's a big change for Hook Bomber. That skill looked very wild, so we'll see how much of a decrease that is. Damage decrease on Sea Serpent 2. Sea Serpent and range damage increase. Well, over doubled on that one. Sea Serpent assault and range. I imagine that this one is nerfed, right? Oh no, this one was increased. Oh, this one looked pretty strong already. Okay. I guess they want the damage to come from different sources. Be more, the damage, that there's more reward for using the specific skills that have higher chance of failing versus having, and the guaranteed skills damage going down a bit. Lightning 4, the orb damage has been decreased from 900 to 360, and the number of hits has been increased from 3 to 5. Okay, so that's still overall a huge decrease in the amount of damage. So from 2.7 to 1.8. So it's 33% final damage reduction on those. And people will no longer be consumed when casting the orb, an effect that lets you confirm the transformation during... the duration, sorry, has been added. But I guess these changes were... when people saw the BAs, they were crazy, right? So I guess they're being brought back in line a little bit and seeing how they perform now. To have the damage not be as centralized around one skill, because of course, if all of your damage is really big reliance on one skill and that skill somehow misses, dude, imagine like 60% of your BA is like these fucking orbs, and you bind the boss and you throw out the orbs, and the boss like teleports mid-bind and all of it misses. Jesus, you'd rather have your damage be more reliant on a bunch of skills so that if something misses, you can have something to fall back on. It's okay, even Goku needed a Spirit Bomb to be nerfed. Howling Fist, the punch's damage has been increased from 1,050% to 1,400%, yeah. So it seems they're moving the damage around a little bit to see how that's going to affect. But I don't see any like huge nerfs or huge changes. They're just changing the numbers. Of course, like this is like a huge change. But there seems to be some damage increase in all the other impactful skills, and I don't think Sea Serpent Burst 2 gets used all that much, plus this nerf is can be overlooked. So yeah, I think they're trying to make sure that the damage, where the damage comes from in the burst, is spread around. So we'll have to see how this is going to change him. Bugfuck still, I would say so. Corsair with, I mean, a lot going on, but I think also pretty good art, honestly. Whoever's doing the pirate art, they're onto some good shit. Summon crew and assemble crew. You'll no longer be put in combat when the crew members attack. Thank God. Can we do this for all summons? I hate going to a map, popping a summon because I don't see anyone on the map, then somebody suddenly just popping up on the map because the minimap apparently cannot show people who are further than 50% of a map distance away, and then you can't CC to another map because you have your summons attacking stuff. Like, did I review Nightlord Corsair yet? Literally doing Corsair right now, and Nightlord was before, yeah. Fix an issue where the special forces and the damage of destruction skills would activate when the skill was used. Fix an issue where only one was summoned. Blah, blah, blah. Issue fix, issue fix, issue fix, issue fix, issue fix. Oh, where you would take damage if a crew member hit an enemy using damage reflex. That is not something you want to have happen. You got your crew members out there. Suddenly Queen goes into reflect mode and you just get griefed. The install duration has been increased from 30 to 60 seconds. I feel like that was already announced. And attack speed decreased. Okay. Valkyrie Patient. The skill now passively gives 40% stance. Rapid Fire has been increased from 325 to 375. Skill scope has been changed to be more accurate. Oh, that's pretty dope. Damage has been increased from 525 to 1185% on headshot. And the number of hits has been increased from 12 to 13. Okay. That's from 6,300%. From 6,300% to what, 15,000%? Huh. It does big damage as a headshot? Yeah. I mean, it was already pretty big, but now it's huge, I guess. You know why it does so much damage as a headshot? Because we play chibi game and everyone has huge heads, so there's a bunch more blood circulation in there. So a headshot should do way more damage because you have such a huge head, so much oxygen has to go to your insanely huge brain that it would make sense. Captain's Dignity. This skill will now increase final damage by 8%. Okay, just an 8% final damage increase to the class. Bullet firing speed has been increased for continual aiming. Okay. Battleship Bomber firing location has been changed. The damage has been decreased from 445 to 400%. Okay, but you know, you're getting more final damage here, so that's more like a tweak to compensate for that rather than it's really a nerf on the skill. Sign of Bombard, you can now right-click to icon to turn auto mode on or off. In auto mode, Sign of Bombard will be automatically summoned at the location of an enemy hit by continual aiming. Yeah, so that should make it way easier for bossing, especially if monsters are pretty stationary or like they move very, very little, right? You can now use a skill with the down arrow key to cancel the installation. More utility in the skills. I like it. Dead Eye fixed an issue where the aiming did not start immediately after the cooldown ended. The number... Yeah. I've noticed that. Sometimes it'll be like, oh, skill is up, and then you have to wait like 3 Mississippi before the actual aiming things appear on the map, and then you can tap the skill to actually hit stuff with it. Number of enemies being aimed at will now be displayed on the skill icon. I don't know how useful that is. Skill icon will now change when you have accurately aimed at the boss monster with the highest max HP. Okay. Removing Nectar, Battleship Bomber's damage during this skill has been decreased from 580 to 500. I assume that's another way to kind of compensate for that, but 8% final damage across the board. On top of some good utility in these skills here. Seems like a lot of quality of life improvement for Corsairs. In the test world, the overall usability of the summons were improved. However, there were still areas where their usability are poor, so we wanted to improve this as well as improve Corsair's other skills to reduce the dependence on its summons a little. The problems for crew members that caused inconvenience in combat have been fixed. It has been improved so that the character does not become in combat even when a crew member attacks. In addition, we wanted to prevent the crew member's attacks from activating special cores like Fatal Strike or the Demiurge of Destruction at undesired times. What the fuck is this Demiurge of Destruction? This is like a weird translated KMS thing into GMS, or into terms. Yeah, the headshot is gonna hit hard now. Canadian buff? I don't even know what that's supposed to be. Siege Bomber's attack speed was lower when compared to its previous specifications. So we... oh, the Genesis weapon. Gotcha. So the Genesis wave made it faster. In addition, in the last test world, we tried to increase the install duration to 60 seconds based on the max level, but the duration formula was applied incorrectly. Ah, okay, so that's a reapply of Siege Bomber. Gotcha. For Battleship Bomber, both the ship's design and the cannon firing locations were changed. The usage experience changed a lot. So the firing location has been changed to be the same as before. In addition, the damage has been slightly decreased to reduce the dependence on a battleship bomber. Although Captain is a longer range character, there was a problem where you had to move close to install sign of bombardment intermittently, so we have added an auto feature that installs it at the location of enemies hit by continual aiming. I like that. I think that's gonna... This seems like a very small thing, but I think it makes playing the class a whole lot less tedious, a whole lot more practical. The ability to uninstall it, which many players commented on, has been changed to be able to be done using a command. Captain's direct skills other than summons have been improved as well. Rapid fire and headshot damage has been improved, increased by a lot. We've added a final damage passive to Captain's Dignity to slightly reduce the dependence on the summons. Also, there was a problem where it was difficult to recognize Deadeye's accurate aiming, so the quick slot icon will now change when it is aimed. Okay, and then Cannon Shooter. I feel like Cannon Shooter could use a little bit of an update. Also, okay, who sees the problem with this Cannon Shooter picture? There's one huge problem with this picture. Where's the monkey? He toggled his monkey off. I feel like when you toggle off your monkey, you have to get rid of your weapon too. Now you just have to slap people. You just get to slap him. Just backhand McGee. No floating monkey behind you equals not a real cannon master. What's a cannon shooter? That's the official name for cannon master, but nobody calls it that. Like the official name for dual blade is also a blade master, but nobody says that. Because then we have another class that's abbreviated by BM, and then it just gets really confusing between Black Mage, Bowmaster, Battle Mage, and Blade Master. It just gets very confusing. So we kind of use different words sometimes. And like CS is already cash shop, right? He's not reflective of our CM community. MP consumed has been decreased from 30... Oh, finally! Yes! Who gives a shit? Gigantic backstab fixation where arrows would be fired when casting this skill. Wait, arrows? Actual arrows? That would be a weird thing to have arrows fire from a cannon that has cannonballs in it. 25 MP saved per jump. Huge. Cooldown decrease from 75 seconds to 60 seconds. Okay, that made sense because they removed the option to reduce the cooldown, right? So the standard cooldown decrease. This skill, reinforced cannon skill now passively increases. We're getting the 5% final damage back, guys. It's going to be part of reinforced cannon now. All right. 5% final damage. It's back. All right, we're back on track. Vital Extreme gives the 100% stance. Yo, that's cool too. That saves another skill slot in the link skills. Magnetic Anchor fixed an issue where only 10% of the damage would be applied if it exploded when the duration ended. Oh, same thing with the Night Lord install there as well. Okay. Hopefully they just, blanketly changed any skill or changed how that logic of that type of skill works so that all of the skills are changed at the same time. And if they ever apply that logic to any other skill in the future, that it doesn't have those weird changes. And just a cannon icon change for the Cannon Buster critical rate. That's fine, I'm not going to use that anyway. Okay. Nothing major. Just tweaks. Only increases in numbers. I think for Cannoneer, the first changes we saw were already, I think, very solid. Not a huge fan of how they're like kind of fucking around with Oak Barrel Roulette, but you know, we'll just see what we get when we get it. But all in all, this is not too much, but it's very solid. V-Core changes. Okay, Marksman. The Iron Arrow Enhancement Core has been removed. Thank God. All existing Enhancement Cores with Iron Arrow will be replaced with the following skills. The replaced skills will be changed based on the following ranking. First rank, Enhanced Arrow. Second rank, Long Range True Shot Arrow Illusion. Third rank, Bolt Swift / Freezer. Dude, I don't know what they're going to do with the Enhancement Cores, but none of this seems... I don't know if there's actually a solution where you can be like, oh, we're going to do this to nodes, and it's going to make sense for all the players, and everyone's going to be okay with this shit. I think regardless, it's going to be fucking weird. The net throwing enhancement core has been removed. Golf clap. All existing enhancement cores for net throwing will be changed to enhanced arrow. Like, okay, to the same thing. Gotcha. Night Lord, the Venom enhancement core has been removed. Replaced either Veil of Shadows, Sudden Raid, Dark Flare. Marksman will need a second trio? I've had a second trio on Marksman for a long time. I mean, I haven't put it in, but I've had it. I had the little blue, the explosive bolt, and I had Freezer and Final Attack, and a second one. Okay, Shower, Venom, Fatal Venom, and Enhancement Core has been removed, and then Dual Blade, also Venom removed. Okay. Yeah, we'll see the final changes once the 27th comes around, and then from then on out we can kind of see what we're probably going to be switching and what we're probably going to be doing. So this is all just like tentative. Any currently equipped enhancement cores that have been changed will be unequipped. Sure. Story, all adventurers. Oh my god, more weird body proportions. Is this Tess? This is Sugar, right? Wait, ST? OR? Just kidding. Tess is looking even more like a dude now. Can we say that? And the Y is you. True! Olivia and Rondo. Oh yeah. The following NPCs have been added. Testonin. Oh yeah, to balance out the testosterone. Baby Kyron. Mind blown. Wait, you didn't know? Okay, Black Mage is now in a marble. Cool. And a collectible marble. Okay, we have Xenon with a hat on. I don't know who the fuck that is. That's Kieran. That's Luminous. Looking edgy as fuck. This guy gets some screen time. We got some pictures. Look at him. Berry. I don't know Japanese numbers. It's gonna be like the fucking One Piece vibe though. Oh shit, we got a tattoo and everything. Oh, there's the Philosopher's Stone. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Back in. Okay. The following quests have been added. Oh god, what? That's a lot. The following quests details have been changed. The following quests can no longer be completed. Cool. The adventurer's book can no longer be read. Rip. The following monsters have been added. Olivia, level 10 Olivia? Oh shit, we're gonna have to slap her up, I guess. Black Shadow, Darkened Snail. Oh god, a new end boss to the game. They added Blue Mush Mom. Wait, what? I feel like that was already in the game though. The following items have been added. Wait, new emotes for Ruffaboy. Maybe this one? People do quests in this game? Sometime, yeah. This one's gonna get used out of context. Okay, at least the hair is different for those. It's really the only difference is like thinner eyebrows and like rounder eyelashes instead of like more cornery eyelashes. Dude, this character in any anime could be either gender. Nobody knows. Same thing with this. So just the differences in like the corners of the eyelashes and the eyebrows. Is this an Ice Lightning dude mage? Dudette? Hey look, it's Masahiro. Ranger? Oh, it's Dooflicious. Okay, this is pretty edgy, but also pretty cool looking. Okay, whoever did like the art for the Shadowers is getting some shit right. Dude, I like the pirate art, dude. The fucking purple brows. Hell yeah. Come on. Wait, this isn't even... Wait, this is the Night Lord. Never mind, never mind. This is the Night Lord. Looks like what they wanted to do for the pirates, though. Yeah, because for the Night Lord, they added they made it more purplish now, right? Like the flash jump and the combat step dash thing. They're moving into like kind of Dark Knight territory there, going all purpley. Please come near art, don't be shit. Where's the monkey? Oh my god, no monkey. Feels bad. I mean, they're giving him the fucking Donkey Kong haircut, but... Okay. Illustrations for each adventure job have been added. Skills, quests. No, not skills, just quests. In this task world update, you can play all of the reorganized adventure stories. Yeah, let me just do that real quick. Until now, most of the story content was only released at the time of the official server update, but we decided that more testing and collecting feedback from players would be the best way to improve the quality of our story content. Therefore, it is all available in the test world now. This adventure story reorganization took place in the form of maintaining the framework of the existing adventurer's book, while adding new settings and reinforcing existing settings to spread them out over the tutorial and job advancement quests. Through this, we expect that there won't be too many big differences with the adventure story that players know and expect, but the main character and the surrounding characters' traits will be emphasized better, and the setting and plausibility of the existing story will be more solid. The plausibility of the story will be more solid. Nice. Beginning with the adventure story reorganization, we ask for your interest in the ongoing story content reorganization. Please give us feedback. Okay, job skill improvement. Oh my god, more? Okay, we're almost halfway, chat. Nice. And viewers at home. In the test world, the improvements made for each job's skills were focused on improving structural problems and adding or modifying various skills with combat utility. There are certain jobs whose combat performances have been changed due to these changes, but the overall adjustment of combat performance through numerical adjustments take place in stages at a later date. Gotcha. So this is purely looking at the functionality, and then balancing out the numbers will happen later. After the Adventure Remaster, discussions related to characters' combat performance on a variety of communities have been more active than ever, and many players are sending us their opinions. Through this, we were able to feel how much love players have for each of their characters, and even MapleStory itself, so at the same time, we have deeply reflected on the various improvements needed for our characters. Sure. Going forward, even if it's not on the same level as a remaster, we will review and change things that can quickly improve the combat experience through structural modifications like this update every month. Oh, every month. Instead of like mid changes like every 2 to 3 months and big changes every 6. Okay. I mean, there has been times where they did like balance patch every month, but a lot of them would be like very, very minor, right? Of course, we'll continue to work on numerical improvements as well. However, numerical changes are very intuitive to a character's combat performance and can bring rapid changes, so we are trying to make more conservative and gradual changes. Good. Although the extent of the changes may be different for each job, we are planning to only make numerical adjustments with a maximum of 10 to 20% in a single update. That can already be really big. And after the changes are applied to the official server, we will check our data and make additional adjustments. Buff Xenon to the moon. We sincerely apologize for not being able to match the pace of changes expected by players regarding skill improvements until now. From now on, we will do our best to provide better combat experiences through steady and gradual improvements. Please keep an eye on this update and the skill improvements that will be made every month, and share your opinions with us. I, as an evil god wizard, setting up a convoluted plot to have himself killed, which is actually a plot set in motion by a god in a different dimension. Very plausible. Nice. Common skills. Maple Warrior effect has been changed with a big old orb behind you, I guess? Because this is where your character will be standing, right? Hero's Will effect change. Magic Crash has been improved so that the buffs are cancelled even if you use a skill after the monster cast them. Thank you! Nice. Okay, so now you can actually use it to get rid of DR, weapon defense, all of that stuff if you have a Magic Crash skill, which is only... Is it all the Explorer Warriors, or is it only Hero and Paladin who have this? Does Dark Knight have this as well? I think 3 characters can use this, right? Urda Nova. Ooh! Oh my god, is Urda Nova going to be not shit? This skill now hits up to 10 nearby enemies and binds them. The cooldown has been decreased to 100... What? I hear something. 1,000 players who don't have an innate bind all just coomed at the same time. I just heard like a... Ah! I just heard like a resounding... Ah! It's an AoE on a 2-minute cooldown from a single target projectile 6-minute cooldown at level 1. Jesus, that's a buff. It's too lit. Yeah, if you have a class bind, now you finally have like a viable second bind as well. Kana's 3 binds now, please. If it's in a boosted slot, it's like 90-second cooldown. Keck. Oh yeah, this is at level 25. Wait, so does the cooldown actually go like below? It can actually bind before every burst instead of every third. Yup. This is... Wow, this is huge. That is absolutely huge. It's 100-second at level 30. Wow. That's good. Guided Arrow has been changed to a toggle. Noise. Lucky Dice number 3 effect has been changed to increase attack. Oh, okay. I mean, you always pretty much weighted dice them, so it's only like a buff for up to force jobs, but that's nice. Spider in the Mirror. The spider legs can now attack while you're in Dark Sight. I didn't even know that it couldn't. I assume that this one has the same change. Yeah. Lotus Flower. The range where you receive the Lotus buff has been expanded. I don't see a reason why this shouldn't be the full map. I guess it would be awkward to teleport people into it, maybe. But I feel like if you put the flower on the map and you die anywhere, the flower should just appear where you are, and the effect should appear where you are in the map, instead of just being in a weird spot and then you have to be a certain range from it before it... I don't know. That seems like a weird, convoluted way of that skill to work. Wild Hunter Bind in Shambles is actually worse than Urda Nova now. I mean, it's still going to be a slot in the Matrix, right? So... Can confirm it's shit? Yeah, okay. Lotus range is so small. I think that's the main problem I had with it. Because I remember Kala being like, oh my god, a new skill for Ho Young. Oh my god, oh my god. It's shit. barely half the map in BM Part 3. Oof. Pathfinder. Ooh. Okay. Because Pathfinder... Okay, what did I say again? Pathfinder burst needs to be increased. Okay, let's see what they do. Ancient Ganas, the final damage boost has been changed to activate every time the relic gauge reaches 1,000. The buff will no longer be refreshed if this happens while the buff is active. The final damage boost has been decreased from 15 to 5. The skill now passively increases final damage by 10%. Okay, so 10% is base now with a conditional 5 instead of a conditional 15. Okay, well that's a win. That's a win already for Pathfinders. Okay. And then Ancient Astra, the cooldown has been decreased from 80 seconds to 60. Regular mode's damage has been decreased from 400% to 320. The Discharge mode's damage has been decreased from 500 to 400. And the Magic Arrow's damage is decreased from 300 to 240. The Blast mode's damage has been decreased from 1800 to 1440. Transition mode's damage has been decreased from 450 to 360. I don't know. I feel like if they change Ancient Astra from 80 to 60 and keep the damage numbers the same, that wouldn't be like breaking in any kind of way. I don't know why they feel like they have to also change the numbers so drastically with a short cooldown. They could be like, oh yeah, bishops, you get double the damage now from your burst skill, but this one skill that Pathfinders use, who are not in any kind of capacity OP in bursting on bosses, you get a slight decrease in the cooldown, but also like a huge chunk of your damage gets removed with it. I don't know, let's see why it's necessary. Obsidian Barrier cooldown has been decreased from 200 to 120. I like just being able to synchronize stuff. That's nice. Duration decreased from 16 seconds to 11 at level 25. Yeah, that's probably okay. I don't know if 11... Is it 12 seconds at level 30 at least? And 100% stance as well. So they're getting that. Okay, so all in all, I don't think Pathfinders can complain too hard here. I don't know... Isn't it actually true that Pathfinders don't even use Ancient Astra during their burst? I don't think they actually use it, right? Like, it would need a tweak in percentage to even get used in the burst, I think. So, like, the cooldown change and the damage change makes nobody use it, no? Ancient Astra went from bad to useless. Okay, yeah, that's kind of what I read here. Soon Wind Archer will have more burst than Wild. Yeah, you think so? Dawn Warrior, also known as Soul Master. Cross the 6, you will now be invincible while charging this skill. Well, there's the iframe I said that Dawn Warriors were lacking. Here we go. Maximum charge time has been added. If you reach the maximum charge, it will instantly be activated. The cooldown has been increased from 20 seconds to 35. The cooldown will now be applied when you begin charging. Huh. Huh. That seems pretty cool. Elysian fixed an issue where only 10% of the damage would be applied if the rifts exploded. Okay, that seems like, again, that one is coded the same as the other skills. 2-second iframe every 35 seconds will take it, yeah. Cross the Styx' action delay will be decreased by about 15% during Elysian. Elysian will now increase Cross the Styx damage to 362% while it is active. Okay. I think Dawn Warriors overall probably pretty happy with that as well. Flame Wizards, Brilliant Enlightenment, okay, stands 100% on these boys as well. Burning Region, you will now receive the buff effects even if you are outside of your magic circle. If the magic circle disappears before its duration ends, the cooldown will now be decreased by 1 second for every 1 second of the remaining duration, up to a maximum of 15 seconds. So you're still going to burn a region, but you're going to get the buff regardless of where you are? And also it says you. Is it only the user, or is it also the party members? I believe we almost needed 2 decades to get a permanent 100% stats. I know, right? Pizza Wizards Pog, yeah. It will be pizza time. MP consumption has been changed to 75 MP per second on Infinite Flame Circle. I don't know if that's an increase or a decrease. It's just changed to 75. I assume it's a decrease, but... Alright, Windbreaker. Sylph's Aid has been changed to a passive skill. Feathers, Wind Blessing, I have stance. Idle Whim, I don't know the actual name in GMS, I know it's very different. The skill now prioritizes the monster with the highest maximum HP. Shocker. When multiple spirits attack a single enemy, the final damage reduction has been decreased from 25 to 15%. Oh. Okay, cool. Merciless Wind, thank you. Howling Gale, this skill now prioritizes the monster with the highest maximum HP. Also, really wow. The speed reduction when attacking an enemy has been increased. Oh, cool. Okay, if I see anyone anywhere saying that one of the big downsides of Wind Archer is that you have a lot of buffs, you guys need to just go read, alright? Because I think with this also becoming a passive, Wind Archer might have the least amount of buffs of any class in the game now. I'm pretty sure if you get 3 pets with auto buff on a Wind Archer, you can't even fill all those slots with skills anymore. Nightwalker. Dark Sight skill will now be cancelled when you use an attacking skill. Oh. That seems big. That seems like a small line to throw in there, but pretty big implications, no? Rapid Evasion, the cooldown has been removed. Completely? Oh my god, you're going to be dashing all over the place. Spirit Star skill has been changed to passive, increased 10 attack. Shadow Servant can be registered on the pet auto buff. Cool. Stitch has been decreased from 210 to 180 to still have a longer cooldown than Urdinova. The Shadow speed has been increased and the Shadow's upper range has been increased. Okay, Shadow Stitch I feel like was a little bit of a janky bind, so this is probably a good change. Have you seen the Jaguar Star? I haven't looked at that one yet. Radical Darkness. The skill now increases stance. Oh, dude, all the stances. Buff freezers now apply to Dominion, and Shadow Spear cooldown has been increased from 168 to 180, as long as it means that you get more duration. Yeah, from 75 seconds to 82 seconds. That's fine. It's just synchronized to a 3-minute. So that seems perfectly fine. I wonder if this means, though, that at level 30, the cooldown is still going to be longer than 180. What is the starting cooldown of Shadow Spear? I wonder if you lose cooldown. Oh, it starts at 180 and goes down, so it'll probably just be 180 at all levels now. The duration goes up. Yeah, so it goes up to 82 seconds here. So I'm guessing it'll probably be something like 83, 84, 85, 86, 87 seconds. Which is, you know, basically 50% uptime. That's kind of dope. Yeah, that seems... I don't know how big this is, so as a Nightwalker, you know, this might be one of the things where you're like, ooh, that's kind of overshadowing, pun intended, all of the other buffs, but... Alright, Thunderbreaker. Let's see if Thunderbreaker becomes a playable class. Prage. Shark Sweep action delay has been decreased by about 7%. I don't know if that's significant enough to make a huge difference, but any kind of action delay decrease on a combo class should always open up some options or make the playability better. Tile Crash, you can now use this skill while using another skill to cancel it and use this skill right away, even if you already input another skill. The action delay has been decreased by about 41%. Wow. That seems huge already, just that. Like the increased combo ability. Klopersan. Oh my god, Klopersan. I'm sorry. Oh no. Oh, that's gonna haunt him. Oh, I can already see the fan art. Oh boy. Oh boy. It's TRK, let's be honest, it's all one batch of degeneracy. Ascension, the action delay has been decreased by about 7%. The skill has been changed so that it can be linked to the next skill more quickly. The skill has been changed so that it can be linked with all skills except Tidal Crash and itself. Ah, damn, Tidal Crash is the one we wanted to link it with. But except with Tidal Crash and itself, it can link with everything else. Okay, way more options. You can finally dodge with Tidal Crash, yeah, because that was the main problem, right? Is that if you were doing the best combos, you were kind of locking yourself in place, and now you can always throw a Tidal Crash in there. And the 41% action delay decrease should make it so that you can respond very quickly, even for us in GMS with high ping. So, if you guys are aspiring artists, by the way, make sure you make some Klopersan art and tweet it at him. At is it at Ronald Klopersan? What's his Oh, at Klopersan Ron on Twitter, okay? Make sure you add him on Twitter. I'm sure he'll love to see that fan art. Ask him to do a fan art contest. Thunder, the action delay has been decreased. It's probably lightning. Sorry. Action delay has been decreased by about 11%. The skill has been changed so that it can be linked to the next skill more quickly. You think Klopersan made a quick video about the changes? Oh, it's a furry. Gale, the action delay has been decreased by about 23%. This skill has been changed so that it can be linked to the next skill more quickly. Annihilate, the action delay has been decreased by 33%. Thunderbolt, action delay has been decreased by 23%. Typhoon, action delay has been decreased by 30%. And Lightning Cascade, final damage boost when used has been increased to 19%. What is it at right now? Lightning Cascade, MapleStory. Oh my god, I actually typed MapleStory correctly there. Final damage 5%? All the way up until, what, 10? 10. Okay, so that went up from 10 to 19. So at level 25, that actually doubled the final damage increase on Lightning Cascade. That's pretty cool, too. Alright, Corsair made a video. 1 minute. Hey, YouTube, Corsair here. That's actually the title for the intro. Love it. This is the old. I don't know if this is on full attack speed. I don't know if this is on green pot. Okay. Corsair, show us. Show us. Jesus fuck. Oh, that was without the boost? Oh, dude. What? Thunderbreaker fucks now? Oh god, that was without a green pot? What? 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 Can we get some wickeds in the chat? Hello? What in the hell? This is a different class. What the fuck? This is some Peepo Speed, Monkasteer, Wicked. Wow, is this just gonna fix... Oh my god. Look, what I hate to see is that they have like one super overpowered Thunderbreaker that somehow is still playing this game, God bless your soul. Having like these changes and being like, oh, this person is actually doing more damage than some other classes. And it's like, okay, we need to roll back on this shit. It's like, no, please don't roll back the entire class because one or two people are actually performing better than you want them to. Like, let this class come back, you know? If you shit on a class for so long, you can overtune them just a little bit just to get them back on there, you know? They deserve that. The same thing like with Phantom, like just bring them back, you know? This is an incredible speed of attacking, though. I mean, this is the extra 2 ranks of GMS compared to KMS, right? So this is not what KMS is... Wait, he's playing on KMS, and he used the green pot. So this is with 2 ranks of attack speed lower than GMS will have. Wait a minute. GMS is going to be 2 more attack speeds of attack speed over this. Okay. So... 2 ranks of attack speed faster than this. No, wait. What was the fastest one? Oh, when he was killing the elite up here, right? This. 2 ranks of attack speed faster than this. All right. That should be interesting. That should be really interesting. Gonna be flagged for hacking? Yeah. Sorry, too many requests to this server. We can't be having this. Each attack speed bonus is 10% reduction in attacking frames. Blaster level D. I think it's gonna be pretty much on blaster level of key input at that point. I think it's gonna be simpler to play than blaster though, because you're just gonna be able to chain pretty much everything together. Whereas with blaster, you have very strict things of which things you want to be chaining together because of the loss of the bullets and the increase of the final damage that you need to keep your damage up in the other patterns. So blaster's still gonna be more railroaded than this one, but wow, that seems like a huge Thunderbreakers rejoice, I guess. Mihail, Royal Guard skill has been changed so that it will activate even if you defend against an enemy's attack while invincible. The attack buff's maximum duration has been increased from 12 seconds to 20 seconds. Thunderbreaker hype. Thank you, Volser. TB hype. Not tuberculosis, by the way. Scardor. No. Feels. Birthday man clap. Thank you for the 12 months, Levolser. Congrats on your 1 year. Beautiful badge. Thank you, thank you. You can now move while using Rio-IS. Okay, when you're using the shield. Cool. And then deadly charge action delay decreased by 23%. So I guess this is minor stuff for Mihail. I don't know. Being able to Royal Guard while you're... I guess it's a damage increase if you have the 5 stacks going on, right? And the explosion is pretty big, but... if you're already invincible. But this doesn't seem like a huge change. Yeah, you can keep your stacks easier, I guess, yeah. But it's not like a... it's not like a Thunderbreaker level change, right? It's a start. Yeah, it's a start. Aran, okay. Changes to Aran. The final damage boost for non-swing attacks after using Smash Swing's duration has been increased from 3 seconds to 12. The final damage boost for non-swing attacks after using Smash Swing's duration of Swing Studies 2 has been increased from 5 seconds to 20. Oh, okay. There's a lot of... so for people who don't know, basically you have to swing in an attack every X amount of attacks to keep the final damage buff up, and it actually increases your DPS. However, with these changes, you have to keep that swing in only a fourth of the amount of times, which means you're able to spam your attacks way more, which means your general DPS is going to probably go up quite a bit. So that's interesting. Adrenaline boost activation, the amount of time you can use this skill has been increased from 20 to 30 seconds. So basically when you charge up the energy bar and you're at like 1,000 of 1,000 combo, right? You have to activate it to go into adrenaline, but you have like a certain window where you can use that. So that was 20 seconds and now it's 30 seconds to give you more versatility and more flexibility on when to activate it. That's really nice. Boost end hunter's targeting, you can now change directions with this skill. You can change directions, and there is no target to move to. Oh, if you change directions, there's no target to move to. You'll be moved in the selected direction. Huh. Korean Aran players are mauling over these changes. What? Why? Well, we haven't read the last 2 yet. This might be... it might go south right here. Maha's domain, you will now be invincible for 2 seconds after using this skill. Oh, an iframe. Cooldown has been decreased from 150 seconds to 90 seconds. Oh, a 90-second, 2-second iframe. The duration has been decreased from 10 seconds to 8 seconds. That seems fair. Okay. I'm still waiting for the bad part, Proxo. Let's see what this last skill is doing. Install Maha, the duration has been increased from 55 seconds to 67, and the cooldown has been increased from 150 to 180. I mean, everything is being put on a 90 or a 180 to synchronize versus having two 150... I mean, yeah, versus having two 150 seconds, you have a 90 and a 180 now. I guess maybe when you're soloing, this part could not be, would be like a net wash or a slight negative, but if you're partying, you want to go into the 180 cycle anyway. Maybe, yeah, Korea, but for GMS, you're gonna use it together with domain anyway. Maybe I think it's too easy. They want it to be more... wow. I mean, I'm not Emily, but if I was, this seems like a pretty good... This seems like pretty good shit, honestly. A 2-second iframe every 90 seconds. 20 seconds on swing studies instead of 5. 10 seconds longer to use adrenaline boost. Adrenaline bush, nice. The hunter... Big burst skill, a little bit extra utility there, and install Maha synchronized and lasting longer with domain. And domain pretty much lasts a little bit over a minute, I think, right? So you'll be able to use all of this during domain as well. Maha domain is a more reliable mobbing skill too. Yeah, that's probably true, yeah. I mean, the uptime... The uptime went up as well, right? For 8 seconds every 90 versus 10 seconds every 150. That's an increase as well. Well, maybe we'll have to dust off the old Aran. This seems very good. Okay, Evan. Teleport. You can now use this skill while jumping. Don't just spring that on us. You gotta ease us into that. KMS. Jesus. Okay, I'll give the Evans in the chat and in the video a little bit of time to recover from that one. Just run upstairs, get some new underwear. Let us know when you're back, okay? Jesus. Okay. You can now use a skill while hanging on ropes and ladders. Okay, it just keeps going. The upwards and downwards distance have been changed to be the same, so the upward distance has been slightly increased and the downward distance has been slightly decreased. Okay. I can't stop cooming. I simply can't stop cooming. We have a Zakum emote, especially for this. It's the, you know, the tried and true Coom emote, but with a Zakum helmet, of course. It's a pretty great emote, even if I do say so myself. I don't remember who made it, but shout out to whoever made that, because that's a piece of art. Magic booster skill has been changed to called Magic Acceleration, and also gives you 20 int. Nice. Thanks for your shout out. Wait, was that you, Levolser? I'll have to go through my DMs to check. Dive of Earth. Decent combat orders will now apply to the skill. Onyx will the skill increases stance by 70%. You know, slight increase. And Spiral of Mana effect will now be outputted behind Evan and Mirror. Huh. Okay, I mean, just the teleport utility change is already pretty massive. Getting 20 int and getting your 100% stance. Just huge quality of life, I think, for Evans. Okay.